In this video I'm going to set up a CISS on an HP Deskjet D4260. Deskjet D4260. Now I've done a couple of things that are ready for the video. So if you look here, we've got the bottles there. All this mess is I'm in the workshop, by the way, so there's a lot of mess around, but don't take any notice of that. We're going to concentrate on the CISS. We've got the ink bottles here, magenta, yellow, cyan, black, and we've got the little air filters in. There's a little air filter in each pack. You put them in the top hole. There's a small bung. You pull the small bung out, not this big bung. You pull the small one out and put your air filters in there. And if you look here, I've already stuck this onto the printer here. That's just a little clasp for holding your pipe. And I've already stuck the arm on here. Now if you look here, there's a dot there in the middle of the printer. I've set it in the middle of it there to the left. So I've put that arm on, I've put that on, and I've already got the bottles set up down here with some ink in. Your bottles will have more ink in than that has. I just got that there so I can set it up and show you how it runs. You'll also have some cartridges that you can see here. They've got green clips on, protective clips, and inside there as well there's a blue tag with a peel off thing. You have to peel them off. They're just there to protect the cartridges. This clasp here will already be on. I'll put that on for you. And just let you know, the clasp and the arm and the little clip on the right hand side, they may not be the same colours, there might be different colours. We've got lots of different ones. So let's see how you put the cartridges into the printer. So you need to power the printer up. It'll go left, right, left, right, left, right a few times through its setup procedure to find out there's no ink in. And if you've got the lid up, like I have here, the printer carriage will come across to the right hand side here. We've got to get the cartridges in there, so what you have to do is move it by hand to the left. That's enough. Then get your cartridges, take off the green protective clips and peel off the blue tags. Do that on both of them. Then you'll see a bar here. Your cartridges need to go under it and through here. Then push the carriage across to the right hand side, and then you can just fit your cartridges in as you normally would do. That's it. They're fitted in and ready to do the piping. So the piping is coming out to the left. We have to come across, keeping it straight, curl it over and go into the arm. They've got the arm there. Keeping it straight, come across here and click that on. That's going to hold the piping into place there. Yep, that's okay. Now this is about right here. You don't want to be too loose here so it's drooping down the bottom, but you don't want to be too tight. So before we start it going, I'm going to test it by hand rather than let it go by its own power. We don't want it tangling up. And that's about right, that is. Not too loose, not too tight. If you get it too loose, it's drooping right down, just pull it through here to the right a bit and it'll pull it up here. Now I've moved the camera to the left so you can see this over here, because the printer won't work at the moment because it's got a sensor that comes from the lid up here inside and it goes down into a hole down here, and it's quite a long one. So we've got to do as in others, we've got to make a long piece of cardboard or similar. We've got it inside there. There's a sensor. You have to get right in the middle of the sensor. You'll be able to see it if you look in. And now as soon as that senses that in there, it thinks the lid is down, so you'll see it start to go through its setup procedure. And this is all normal. In fact, that's ready to print now, I think. So let's see how we go with the print. I'll move round to the laptop. Won't be a second, just got to get the page up. Right, we should see it printing very shortly. I've got it, there it goes. I'll just make sure the paper's in. Yeah. Now you'll hear this is quite a noisy printer. That's because it's got a dent in it. It's not a brand new printer. It's one I have in my workshop for testing cartridges before I got my testing machine. So it's noisy, but yours won't make this noise. I can assure you it's got nothing at all to do with the CISS why it's making that noise. It's because it had a bang in the workshop and it's getting a bit rickety, knackered out thing. But you'll see there, it's still printing perfectly, no white lines or anything. So I'll just let you know as well, there are some air bubbles in this piping when you get it. So once it's pulled that through, you may eventually get 2 or 3 pages where there's a lot of lines in. That's because the air's coming through and it's got to pull the paper through. I put ink in the cartridges to start with so you get a good result to start with, but as that air works in, there might be a page or 2 with those white lines. Just be patient, print a few pages off to clear that air through, and then you got 100% printing again. Massive amount of printing for a small amount of money. Not many people can do these HPs. Anybody's printer, if it looks like this one, similar to it, that's how to set it up. But if you've got any difficulties with your printer, it's not the same model, get in touch with me and I'll see what I can do. Now the website, my own website, will be up and running soon. It's the 1st of February today. It will be up and running by the end of February with all these on, hopefully before. But if you get anything, if you want to speak to me beforehand, you'll see the telephone number at the end of this message where you can ring me, or you can go onto the eBay shop and buy it on eBay, but I don't like paying their fees actually. So if you want to talk to me about anything, just give me a ring on the number that shows up at the end of this. We'll just run through this again, what you get in your pack. Right, you get your arm, which you stick there. You get this little clip that you stick there. You get your bottles. You got your 4 air bungs in them. Make sure that they're in. They let the air in but stop ink coming out. You'll see there's only a little bit of ink in these. It's because I've been using them on testing and showing people how to do them, but your ink wants to be about halfway up the bottle. You'll get 100 ml of each, so what doesn't fit in there up to halfway will come in a spare bottle. You get 4 bottles of ink plus that up to halfway, 100 ml of each colour. And one final thing, just move them clips out of the way. Your bottles must be the same level as the printer. On my wonderful table here that's all stained up, I've got the bottles same level as the printer. Do not lift them up because the ink will flood through and piss all over your printer. If you put it below, it won't be able to pull it through enough. They're perfectly balanced. They want to be balanced here, on the same level, whatever you do, not higher, not lower. So that's about it. Any questions about it, give us a ring. Thanks for watching.